We want to begin now with some breaking news. Rapper Lil Durk is charged in a for hire plot.
Lil Durk's real name is Durk Bank, and he is from Chicago. This is his mugshot from Florida, where he was arrested last.
Reports are flying that Lil Durk's own best friend Vonnie just snitched on him, sealing a major blow to his court case. Things took an ugly turn when Lil Durk's sister-in-law went on Instagram, straight up calling Vonnie a rat in the murder for hire federal case. Court records now show Vonnie is no longer in Bureau of Prisons custody, meaning he's likely on house arrest. Not long after, he allegedly got hold of a new iPhone and started texting someone he thought was a trusted friend. But that friend turned around and leaked the messages, exposing Vonnie's plan to cut a plea deal. In the texts, Vonnie admitted he was trying to plea down from a charge that carries life in prison to a 5 to 7 year sentence, anything to avoid trial and the risk of getting an elbow, meaning life behind bars. When he said he didn't want to end up like the other boys, he was referring to Jam, another associate who turned informant.
No, he ain't take my advice. He ain't respond no back to me because this is on a tablet. He on a jail tablet when I sent that to him. He ain't respond nothing else to him. I told you he can't take my advice because they playing. They made themselves get caught. This is what come along with it. They wanted to get caught. You understand me?
So, that's what you meant by trenches paint. Okay.
What you mean trenches what?
Was it you that said that? With the whole narrative about Vonnie snitching with the text messages, like that's.
Yeah. I don't know who said that, but that was me.
But that was a focus. Everybody was trying to make it seem like that's what the text messages was about.
That's just saying what he finna cop out to, and this, that,
yeah.
and with me saying Vaughn, some people like, man, what he gonna tell on some words on Vaughn?
I ain't gonna lie, I said that in my video. I'm intrigued to know what the Vaughn name was for.
No, he ain't gonna tell him. You gonna tell that just like you orchestrated Lil Pat, you orchestrated this, and guess who you were?
Vonnie's father, a man who comes from a street code where snitching can be repaid with snitching, did not hold back his anger, and there's more to why Vonnie flipped. You see, Vonnie and Dee are family, and their cousin Lil Ted just made headlines when body cam footage surfaced of him practically begging to snitch on Lil Durk and other OTF members. That footage changed the case completely, forcing Durk's lawyers to file for more time to rework their bond strategy. But the real question became, what exactly did Lil Ted tell the feds?
Really? Dude had it. What about that? A man had it with an extended clip. That's cool though, right?
The incident with Lil Ted started when he got arrested at a local convenience store with a gun tucked in his jeans. Before he even made it inside the station, tears were streaming down his face. He told officers straight up, "I swear I'll tell you all about the murders," desperate to avoid going to jail.
Hey, stop it.
I tell you about the murder, I swear to God, I tell you about the murder, it's my son, I tell you about everything, I swear to God, I tell you, I will tell you, please, I swear, please.
Once in a holding cell, Lil Ted completely broke down, ready to snitch on anyone he could just to get out. Since Ted is related to Vonnie and Dee, it's clear he knows plenty about the same street business they're involved in.
You gotta relax for me, because I can't understand it. Relax. What's the number? 7 what you saying, man?
We're gonna see what we can do for you, alright?
We can see what we can do for you. You gotta relax for me.
Relax, man. I'm gonna get a buzz to prison. Relax.
Give me No, I'm saying, what are you talking about? I'm trying to get
At first, court files showing only last names made people think Dee was the one cooperating, but in reality, it was Ted. That misunderstanding set off a domino effect. The feds likely brought Ted, Dee, Vonnie, and even their parents together in a pressure cooker meeting where their moms might have urged them to cooperate rather than waste their lives in prison, a tactic the feds use all the time. With 3 relatives turning against Durk, the odds are stacked.
At the courtroom for the bond hearing for my son, at least for the 3rd time. This time it was very fair. The judge was very fair. He wasn't pro-prosecutor. He wasn't pro-defense, but he was pro-justice. So he listened to all the evidence, and he's going to give a ruling in the next few days about what his position is for the bond. But we were very pleased at how it turned out. So continue, family, friends, and fans, continue to keep us in your prayers. And we thank you. And inshallah, God willing, this be victorious for us, that we have a good ruling in our favor.
The timing is no accident. Lil Durk is rumored to be close to securing release on bond. According to Durk's father, this is his 3rd bond attempt. and his legal team put together a deal they thought the judge couldn't refuse. If that's true, the feds wanted those statements in place before Durk could walk out.
The search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles, and cameras captured the aftermath.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the...
That urgency grew when prosecutors dropped some key evidence against Durk, specifically lyrics that allegedly referenced violent acts. In court, they read them aloud, told me they got an ATI got location. Go look on the news. See your son screaming no, then even played a news clip of Quando Rondo screaming no on a sidewalk. Many saw this as a corrupt, prejudicial move.
This is a real victory. Now that demonic force was a dark force. It was a dark energy. I think we now finally get to put that fire out. I don't think we'll hear drill music ever again. I don't think drill rappers would ever be celebrated ever again. Down goes the drill. So this is a victory for law-abiding Americans who like hip-hop music but don't like the killing part.
The judge, caught off guard, said he'd need a few days to decide on Durk's bond. Durk went back to jail in the meantime, but then things took another turn. The next morning, news broke that Durk was involved in a jail altercation.
Oh, like shit, I was just protecting my little brother.
When you did finally find out that it was King Von who did it, how'd you feel?
I was like, damn, if Brian did that stupid shit last night, he still would have been alive. That's how I was. But I was like, yeah, I ain't no the type person I am. Like, I'm a humble person. I ain't no disrespect to like his mama saying f***ing shit like that. Cause I could easily get on that type of stuff and be clout chasing type. Like, I ain't on that type. I'm a humble person, but it's like, they ain't never popped that shit off. That would have never happened. Like,
Lil Baby even tweeted, "I don't care about nothing else other than Durk right now. Free the bro," showing how much the streets were watching. The incident came just hours after reports that Durk's longtime friend Glees had been killed in Chicago. This had people asking, who's targeting OTF members?
Whoever on my side, they got kids and a mama that 100% love them. And at the end of the day, bro, all this bull that we talking about is stupid. That could have been handled a totally different way. It could have been handled to the point where a song and $3-4 million could have came out or whatever. Like, they could have got handled in a legit way, in a music way.
The plot thickened when both Quando Rando and Lil Tim dropped interviews the exact same day, both expressing that they wished past events were handled differently. They were even released at the same hour, leading some to believe it was a strategic alibi in case anything happened to Durk while he was still locked up.
Allegation they backed away from, which is huge. It shows the weakening of the case. Previously, the prosecution had alleged that Durk paid the bounty for through one of his co-defendants, and they named the co-defendant. Now they've backed off that allegation. They're not actually saying that Durk paid the bounty through the co-defendant or anyone else. And the fact that they're not saying that suggests that previously they thought they were going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy. And now they know we're not going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through
Durk's lawyer later went on DJ Akanik's platform, revealing that without those lyrics, the prosecution's case was getting weaker. In his words, the charges were now looking like a joke.
The case is as follows. So there was an indictment that did not name him, right? It named others, and then there was an unindicted person. And then 3 weeks later, that indictment was what's called the first superseding indictment, and it does name him. The indictment was identical, except the unnamed person now became Durk Banks. And this is the really important part, Ak. The second indictment, what's called the first superseding indictment, only had one new fact. It had one new fact, and that was it alleged that there was a video by Durk that celebrated and monetized this.
But just when it looked like Durk might win his freedom, the judge laid down new conditions Durk would have to go. Completely broke and give up all his property to even be considered for bond. The feds said they feared he could use his money to put bounties on witnesses.
Bond for Lil Durk. Let me tell you about what options he has left and why the bond was denied this time. Now, he's in federal court on a murder for hire charge where he faces the possibility of life in prison. What that means is under the federal law, it is presumed that you do not get a bond because the charge and the penalty are so serious. So your lawyer has to go out there and show why you should get a bond. Now, ultimately, what the district judge decided to deny the bond on was a couple of factors. There's a couple $1 million being put up, but it's not all being put up by Durk. Some of it is from the label, and ultimately Durk has a lot more money and assets than what's being put up. So if I let him out on bond and he tries to flee, he's going to have tons of assets and money at his disposal.
Those fears aren't coming out of nowhere. Sources say Vonnie was terrified he might end up like Jamin, other OTF member who snitched and then disappeared. Jamin had been exposed on DJ Vlad's show, and since then, no one has seen him.
There's a guy named OTF Jam.
That was wired.
Very ironic name.
Jam
now
got
he
him
put
in
everyone
a
in a jam.
Did 12 years.
12
got
years.
out, interviewed, said he kept it real, brought him cars, gave him 50,000.
Right.
This. Made mention that ain't no smut on his name. He ain't never been a rat. Caught a gun case, but eventually he flipped.
Reports claimed Jam was found hiding in a house outside Atlanta before being dealt with by OTF associates. He had handed the feds over 230 gigabytes of evidence, surveillance, audio recordings, and 20,000 pages of reports. Court records also alleged Durk paid to have two people handled, one linked to his brother Dethang's murder, and Jam's baby mother, after learning Jam wore a wire.
Hey, kid! Give me the check on your man. I heard you got his head. I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, when I was growing up, I used to have a dare. Architect. Having a who? I'm having a dare. School's outside.
Durk apparently suspected Jam's betrayal months before any arrests. Observers say Durk was playing 3D chess, keeping his distance but watching closely.
From a mile away. I don't think people realize that. I could have a conversation with you for 5 seconds and know your car.
In interviews, Durk has admitted he now trusts no one, not even letting friends know where he lives. Jam's betrayal hit him hard.
Nobody is ever allowed to my house. It be my best friend never been to my house.
For real?
I promise.
Your best friend?
Promise. Like, it's people like that I just don't allow around my girl and my kids. Cause it's like, I'm just a different type. I'm not the, we're gonna have family night at Durk house tonight. It's the, you gotta watch,
everybody at Durk's crib.
Yeah, we gotta, everybody getting watched. Watch everybody. Hey, they go too close to them kids. You know what to do. Like, that's how I play. Like, I don't play. I see from a mile away. I don't think people.
It's especially painful considering Durk once gave Jam $50,000 on Instagram Live. That's why fans can't understand how Jam could turn around and snitch.
Steady crying, huh? He's steady crying. Feed him. Feed him.
Get in the milk, bro. Get in the milk so baby mama get the trigger, bro. You see that?
Feed
for my
him.
baby. That's really how y'all hold y'all babies, ain't it? I gotta hold my money like this. It's too much. Crazy though. Motherfuckers sitting up there doing all this. Sneak this and internet games and all this. Up some money. Do something. Like, we winning, bro. I can do it. Whatever it is I want to do, I can do it. Just not what I want to do what I want. Y'all can't do that, bro.
Bro got out what?
You know that
how many you did now?
How many years I did it now?
Yeah. That's your last bit. 12?
12.
That boy popped out 12 years.
Yeah.
So much money. We really just get in order to just figure out the lanes, man.
That same Instagram Live contained more than fans realized. People seen in the background were later tied to jewelry, shopping trips with King Vonnie, and connected to Lope's murder, showing just how close-knit and dangerous that circle was.
I'll tell you,
They
Stone.
we just looked at him.
Let's go over there.
What up, bro?
Boss, you good? My boy. Let's go.
They got real in here, man, because he just stepped in. The money maker stepped in.
Even with all this heat, Durk's lawyer insists they won't take a plea deal.
You know, likelihood of a plea. I think a lot of people have seen, like, this seems like it's a do or die thing. This is kind of like it's going to be like a 1 or 0 type of situation. You're either are or you're not. Is Durk, from your understanding, or you as a lawyer right now, as his criminal attorney, are you open to possible conversations about plea deals? Are you thinking, no, we're going all the way? Would you entertain it? Just entertain it? Because that's your job to listen to it and maybe present it to Durk, or that's just off the table?
It's a conspiracy commitment case. It's an all or nothing case. And he did not participate in a conspiracy to commit. And so there is no alternative. It's a life sentence, potential life sentence. So this case is going to go to 12 people.
The defense's secret weapon. They plan to argue Durk's lyrics and social media posts are protected under the First Amendment, just like Young Thug's team successfully argued before his release.
First Amendment argument here, right? That this violates the First Amendment. Can you talk about that?
Right, for sure. I mean, I'm expressing myself. I can say the things that I want to say in a rap record or any kind of record. And you could go back and there's country records and there are pop records and there are R&B records that talk about all kinds of things. It's just that there's this notion that with hip hop, quote, glorifying violence, that suddenly now we're going to use these things to prosecute them. But does that mean that the free speech, the First Amendment has gone away? No, absolutely not. He can absolutely rap about what he wants to rap about, and that doesn't mean just because the story is...
Legal analysts are even saying Durk could walk free using the same argument.
We've seen it happen quite a bit. I don't know that I'd say it's been persuasive. I think the biggest example we look at is Young Thug. Down in Atlanta. They took a lot of his lyrics, and even though technically speaking, ultimately they got a conviction, he actually walked out on time served. Most of the people that were prosecuted didn't end up being convicted, and I don't think anybody would call that prosecution a successful prosecution. And so, you've got freedom of speech issues. Does it mean that just because I'm saying something in a rap song, and it typically is a rap song, does that mean that I actually did something? And this is an extra interesting twist here because Lil Durk's attorney is saying, well, this song is actually released.
So the question now is, will Lil Durk beat the feds just like Young Thug did?